Good magical day, everyone. Welcome to Cards with Kelly for your November Love General Reading. I am Kelly and I'm so happy to have you here. I'm going to do a general love reading for all energies for November, and I'm going to add a bonus animal spirit card reading at the end for some general guidance on what the spirits would like to guide us to do in our general life for November. And the cards are literally flying out of the deck. Excuse me for a minute. I noticed that when the cards flew down there, it was very light and almost graceful. So I have a feeling that if you've been going through rough times, that things are going to smooth out a little bit in November. I'm going to be looking at past, present, and potential future outcome. So in the past position, I have clarity, clarity again, underworld, and health. And the underworld, for these cards, they're talking about our subconscious or what is behind the actions of someone. So something potentially not seen, but that is really driving the motion, driving the movement. And in the present, I have intuition, senses, rebirth, and hope, and potential outcome. For November, for my watchers, general energies in love, we have harmony, we have wisdom, we have protection, and we have purity. So let's see what the cards are trying to tell us here. So it's interesting, in the past energies, we have clarity twice. So I used two different decks, and I will put the names of those in the description below. And they're very similar decks. They speak very well together, so I just put them both together in one big giant deck. And so I have the clarity card from one of the decks. And the second one is a blessing deck, and this is the blessing for clarity. So it sounds like in the past, with the person that you are either involved with or that's on your mind, so someone on your mind, in your heart, some truths may have come to light. It sounds like you found out things that perhaps had been hidden in the past, or if that's not quite come to the surface, that you've been wanting to know things. A lot of questions may have come up, a search for clarity for you. So that was really part of what has been, forefront in your minds, that you really needed to know something and you got clarity on certain things and searched for clarity on others. We also have the health card, so it sounds like this really affected your health, may have also affected the health of the other person, and I feel like there was also some health of the relationship or the connection. For some of you, there may have been someone on your mind that became a bit of an obsession, which of course then could have become quite unhealthy for you. And perhaps you were able to see this, you gained that clarity, you were able to let go of that obsession so that you could feel more healthy. And for those of you who were directly involved with someone, I get the sense that you were able to see some unhealthy patterns that you had been doing over and over again in the relationship, and that because you got clarity on how unhealthy those patterns were, you've been able to release that and let go, and you were really able to see what was underneath all of that dis-ease and unhealthy behavior, both within yourself and within the relationship, which allowed you to be able to let it go once you were able to see what underneath the surface was really causing that. So for those of you in a relationship where the unhealthy patterns were evident, I do get the sense that you were able to get at a deeper root level to realize, for example, that perhaps you or your significant other, or both of you, were suffering from a fear of abandonment. That's really coming up. I'm hearing that really loudly right now, fear of abandonment. And also, I get the sense that one, again, if not both of you, were really suffering from the feeling of not being appreciated, not being seen and heard, and maybe feeling like you gave more than you received in that area. So definitely not balanced there, and that each of you were really wanting more from the other person when it came to that. And for those of you who were not necessarily in a connection but had those obsessive thoughts in your mind, I get the sense that it just came to a point where you realized how unhealthy that was, because it may have been starting to affect you personally. You may have been having trouble sleeping. I get the sense that bad dreams were happening, perhaps even some stomach and digestion issues were happening because of the amount of obsession and then stress. And just getting to the root of all that and realizing that it's okay to let that obsession go, that you can really turn your attention onto giving that love to yourself so that you can release those bonds and feel healthy and wonderful. Now, I get the sense that that was what freed you, being able to see the underlying issues that were causing you to have that obsession. In the present position, so again, we have intuition. We have the senses. So the intuition, right, is about our sixth sense, or that extra sense. And the senses here, this is talking about our physical senses that connect us to the world. We have the rebirth card and the hope card. And so I get the sense that in both cases, again, whether there was not a connection but more of an obsession, and the other case having that connection between you and your love interest, I get the sense that because you've been able to let go of those old unhealthy patterns, that there's a lot of hope right now for what could be coming. Perhaps even not only a rebirthed energy in the connection, or a rebirthed energy within yourself, but even a rebirthed hope. I get the sense that perhaps you'd gotten to the point where hope was getting low. You had maybe even lost hope. And even the hope now is getting renewed and rebirthed. I do get the sense that to do this work and to continue staying in this energy, you're really putting a lot of focus on you, your own intuition, your own senses, instead of looking toward the person or the connection to fill you up. You're filling up your cup, which is allowing you to come into that connection, or come into the world feeling more balanced, more harmonized, more wonderful, which of course then fuels into either a relationship or any connection that you choose to make in the future. So I get the sense that you've really turned your focus around from the other person, whether it was the obsession or an actual relationship, and you've started putting all that love and attention into yourself, taking, really good care of your body, looking around, appreciating all the beauty around you, making even, I feel like some of you have made gratitude journals to start getting the health of your mind up and running and beautiful. And I do get the sense that many of you are really starting to feed your spirit life, your energetic self, and really focusing on you and what you hold inside your heart, which of course then comes out. And then, the guides are telling me right now that is exactly the path to take. That is how to take your own personal health and the health of any relationship you are in to that next level. So they're saying that is exactly what they're guiding you to do right now. So keep doing that. And the future potential here, we have Harmony, one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's just so beautiful. Hope you can see that okay. And a blessing on your wisdom, protection, and purity. And this is also my bullseye card and go in that direction card. So I get the sense of that because you are in the process right now of internalizing this lesson, really putting down your roots as far as taking care of you first, that from this moment on you'll be able to use that wisdom to keep yourself balanced and harmonized, keeping yourself, feet on the ground and heart in the sky, and so that you'll be able to be of both worlds, of all worlds, which will protect you going forward. Meaning whatever hardship you've just been through, whether it was the obsession personally or in the relationship that you're in, I do get this sense that you are protected from that now because you've learned the lessons that it had to teach you. You'll never have to go back to that again. If you ever get this sense that is starting again, you'll see it more quickly, you'll feel it right away. you'll turn that attention back into you, start feeding yourself, your heart, your soul, and prevent that old pattern from ever reoccurring again. So it sounds like you've been through quite a lot lately, but because of the healing that you've been able to do, you are now basically immunized against this going forward. And going forward, going in the right direction, you are headed towards wonderful love, love within yourself, love within either the connection you are in right now or the one that you are searching for and walking towards. So whether you are, like I said, single or in that relationship right now, all of the hard work is behind you when it comes to this part. Of course, there's always new challenges that we're asked to learn from. But that old particular habit and pattern is over. You've learned what you had to learn, and you now have all the tools you need to heal from it, which you're doing now, focusing on you, loving you, taking care of your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, and giving out what overflows from all of that. And that is what's going to keep you protected and healthy as you rebirth into this new version of you, this new version of you in love. The new version of you in love is beautiful, absolutely stunning and gorgeous. They're showing me just this person with this light emitting from within and shining all around. The light is beautiful, almost blinding, but warm and loving and just stunning. So good job on learning all that you had to learn. Let's see what the animal spirits want to give us as guidance for all of November. So this may be about love, or it may be about just our lives in general. I'm going to put my glasses on because I call these my old lady glasses. I can't see the words without them. We have the stick insect: stillness, awareness, discernment, and composure. So this definitely flows with what we've just learned in love about ourselves and ourself in relationships in November, but they're telling me that this extends into not just who we are in love, but who we are everywhere. That one of the lessons that we've been asked to learn, and that we are learning through all of these love challenges, is to sometimes being versus doing. Being is where knowledge, wisdom, and beauty and strength can come from. Being still and feeding ourselves and watching the world around us can give us the power to decide when to make the next move, who to allow into our heart, and where we want to go next. It's sometimes, they're saying it's sometimes in the stillness that we can launch, from the stillness that we can launch into the most wonderful journeys. So whether in love or in any area of our lives, honor the stillness. So I hope that speaks to you in some way and supports you on your journey, both in love and in life. I wish you the most beautiful, mystical, magical November. And until next time, my friends, stay magical.